organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming to you live this morning on Daily Iowan TV, the party ranking is down, but the trash is up. How is Iowa City cleaning it up? And a new alcohol study that could increase your drinking habits.
And in sports, I tell you about one very important player from the football game on Saturday.
We've got more on women's field hockey and a preseason honor in swimming and diving.
With all your latest news from Kinnick to the Old Capitol, Daily Iowan TV starts now. Hi, I'm Andrew Roberts, and thank you for joining us on this Tuesday morning during this live edition of Daily Iowan TV. UI officials are warning students and faculty around campus to be on the lookout for phishing scams. More than 200 University of Iowa emails have had to be reset since the beginning of the semester. The most recent scams have been emails which include a link to a website which looks like a legitimate UI website but is actually a scam. The scammers then have access to the victim's Hawk ID and password. Due to the ongoing problems, the Security Office has put on some tips for faculty and staff on how to avoid getting scammed. Be cautious of links that don't clearly indicate where they lead. Don't trust messages full of misspelled words and grammar mistakes. Never give out personal or financial information. Drag any mail that looks dangerous into junk. The city of Iowa City is opening up Washington Street going one-way westbound on the completed 100 block of construction. This is all part of the Open Washington plan. The work that has been done on Washington Street includes underground infrastructure, new amenities such as lighting, benches, and planters. Construction will continue on the 200 block of Washington Street. That will include utility upgrades, fault repairs, and pavement replacement. Construction should be complete by late fall. Dance Marathon's annual event Lime Days will be kicking off next week. The goal of the next week-long event is to spread awareness about Dance Marathon across campus. Events will begin on Monday with the Dance Marathon on Display program happening on the Pinacrest between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Tuesday morning, Limapalooza will be happening at the Cots Plaza, followed by Family Round Robins Night in Courier Hall Tuesday. Wednesday, #New Hospital Endless Hope is happening on the Pinacrest from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Thursday, Relay for Life is taking place in Hubbard Park between 6 and 9 p.m. The biggest event of the week will be on Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. in the Hawkeye Room when the fundraising goal will be announced for this year's event. The Week of Inspiration has started here at the University of Iowa, and it brings the community together to appreciate all that the university has to offer. The event has daily open houses at some of our most impressive facilities for everyone at the university to attend, and then an event called My Iowa Story every night until Thursday, where people talk about their most memorable moments here at the university. Our Daily Iowan TV reporter Noah Gowdy will have more on the story for our Thursday show. Well, it's certainly kind of a gloomy day outside, and I was a little sad to see that, but for everything weather, we have Chris Cervantes standing by in the weather studio. Chris, what's it going to be like for the rest of this week?
Well, Andrew, our Tuesday morning is feeling cool and a little overcast right now, but we can expect today's afternoon temperature to jump up to 75 degrees. Tonight, things will cool off a little to 70 degrees, and Wednesday morning will be another cool walk for those with morning classes with a temperature of 60 degrees. Let's take a look at our 6-day forecast. As you can see, our high this week will remain fairly consistent with temperatures around the mid to upper 70s. Again, Tuesday we'll see a high around 75, and there's also a chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon. Wednesdays, we can look forward to clear skies and a high of 73 degrees. Thursday, we could see some clouds creeping in and a high of 77 degrees. 77 degrees will also be our high for Friday, and we're looking at a 50% chance of thunderstorms. Fortunately for the home football game against North Dakota State this Saturday, we can expect clear skies and a high of 76 degrees. Sunday, we'll also see clear skies and a high of 76 degrees. While our Wednesday is looking clear, the same cannot be said in Taiwan. A Category 5 storm is predicted to make landfall on the southern tip of the island this Wednesday. According to CNN, they're calling it Moranti. Weather experts think it may be a super typhoon, meaning winds will likely exceed up to 150 miles per hour. They also predict torrential rains over 3 feet. These rains are known to cause flash flooding and mudslides. According to CNN mainland, China may also be hit by the storm. They say if these predictions for the storm hold true, it will be the strongest storm to hit Taiwan since 2000. That's all we have today in the weather studio. Andrew, back to you.
This semester, the UI saw a drop in first-year international student enrollment for the first time in 3 years. In 2015, 615 first-year international students were enrolled first semester. This year, the UI saw only 425 international freshman students. Officials for the university said that while the drop in numbers comes as a bit of a surprise, based on recent trends, it is nothing to be alarmed about. Downing Thomas, the dean of international program, believes that international students contribute a lot to campus and that there is no immediate need to get enrollment numbers back up. Wild culture kombucha is making its way into Iowa City. Kombucha is a drink made of tea, sugar, bacteria, and yeast, which is fermented to make a carbonated juice-like drink. Wild Culture is the first brewing company to distribute kombucha in the Iowa City area. The drink has a 1% ABV, so you must be 21 to purchase. Samples are available at the Iowa City Farmers Market on Wednesdays and Saturdays. The drink is also available at the Iowa City Brew Lab, Bread Garden Market, and Iowa Brewing Company, and a few other spots around town. While the football season is on the rise, there is also a rise in underage drinking. A recent study published in the Journal of Studies on Alcohol and Drugs included 1,000 underage drinkers ranging from ages 13 to 20 years old. The study showed underage drinkers that didn't watch ads pertaining to alcohol consumed 14 drinks per month. That number increases to 33 drinks a month when exposed to alcohol-related ads. Researchers also found the more exposed you are to certain alcohol brand ads, the more likely you are to consume those specific brands. The UK Prime Minister, who has served on Parliament in Great Britain for 16 years, has decided to step down. The former Prime Minister David Cameron's reign had been broken down in just under 3 months since the Brexit vote decided to separate the UK from the European Union back in June of 2016. The new British Prime Minister, Theresa May, already took office in July, and former Prime Minister Cameron is in support of the decision. He said, quote, "I fully support Theresa May and have every confidence that Britain will thrive under her strong leadership." Iowa City residents have been noticing a little more trash than usual after this weekend's Iowa versus Iowa State game. Having more people in Iowa City can lead to more litter around the town. City officials have tried to limit the amount of trash in Iowa City by placing trash cans within 20 steps of one another in the downtown area. The City of Iowa City has been working to reduce trash and increase recycling by placing solar-powered trash compactors within the Ped Mall. City officials would like to remind everyone to drop their garbage in the trash and not on the street. It certainly was sad to see a lot of that trash after the game, but inside of Kinnick Stadium, it was great to see the Hawkeyes throw the ball. For everything sports and more on this wide receiving core who had a breakout game, we have Mary Kate Harrion and John Leo in the sports studio. Guys, how about this receiving core?
Yeah, thanks, Andrew. CJ and the receivers definitely had a dominant game.
Yeah, stellar performance really led to an offensive explosion for the Hawks. Well, as we already know, the Cy-Hawk series has come to an end, and it was a very successful weekend for Hawkeye sports. So let's start with football.
There are many key players that made a 42-3 victory a reality on Saturday, and one of the most important ones was Matt Vandenberg. I tell you more about his performance against the Cyclones. Well, the Hawkeyes came out with a victory on Saturday night against their in-state rivals, Iowa State, and one of the receivers came through with a big game. Matt Vandenberg had 7 catches for 129 yards with 1 touchdown, and yet he was still concerned about a couple catches he thinks he should have had.
I left a few of them out there, and now I need to work on making sure that I don't leave those kind of plays out there because it stalled the drive and we weren't able to move the ball on that particular drive. So we need to fix those and then come back next week.
He apologized for that. He beats himself up over drops like that, but he made enough plays in the game for that to be okay there.
Although Vandenberg was mostly focused on his drop catches, he still came out of the game with a touchdown and also was named player of the game.
Matt's a tremendous football player, works hard. Same guy you see as what he is in practice as well. So he missed a little time there at the end of camp and was a little bit off, I think, last week. But certainly he's back in the rhythm and now. And, CJ's an outstanding player, too. So it was just good to see those two guys execute some really tough plays.
He was making plays, and the way they were having coverage, it just felt like he was the best matchup in some of those situations, and gave him some shots, and he made good plays in those situations.
Now that Vandenberg has had a full year of starting under his belt, it has only made him stronger and smarter for his senior season.
Just kind of knowing defense is a lot easier. Now that I've seen looks and been in there for a year, it's a lot easier to tell, what they're rotating to and things like that, what kind of coverage I'm seeing, and then be able to use that to my advantage. Just having that experience, again, having a full year under my belt, being able to recognize different things so I know if I need to, block the safety or block the linebacker, things like that help as well.
From Kinnick Stadium, this has been Mary Kate Harrion, Daily Iowan TV Sports. Vandenberg and the rest of the football team will be back in Kinnick Stadium this Saturday when they take on North Dakota State.
And as always, Kirk Ferentz will meet with the media today at 1:15. If you'd like to watch, it will be streaming live on HawkeyeSports.com. Our football reporters will also have updates from the press conference later this week.
Moving on to another sport that dominated this past weekend, the women's field hockey team has won 5 of their last 6 games, and freshmen Katie Birch and Sophie Sutherland have traveled the distance to become a part of this winning recipe. Olivia Corbett has more on the story.
Sunderland have traveled over 4,000 miles away to play field hockey here at the University of Iowa. Not only have they made major impacts on the field so far, but Birch has already been named Big Ten Freshman of the Week not once, but twice. With 5 games under their belt, I think it's safe to say that these 2 freshmen have an incredible season ahead of them.
I looked at a variety of universities, but when I stepped on campus at University of Iowa, I knew it was the right university for me. The support given to a student athlete is amazing, and the facilities here are incredible, and it feels like one big family.
They've been so friendly, so kind, I just haven't felt like I've been out of it all. It's been great to be here.
With a strong start to the season, it's easy for coaches and players to recognize the positive aspects these girls bring to the team.
They've been doing great. I mean, they've really adjusted very quickly to just the American culture, to the climate, because it's much warmer here, which we knew that was going to probably be one of the biggest issues. But they stepped in to practice right away in preseason, did great, and this past weekend they performed exceptionally.
They're really impacting the team, both making a huge difference. Out on the field, Katie back there is like a wall. Not many people can get through her, and Sophie in the midfield, setting a lot of people up for success. Has really good skills. They're just a really good asset to our team, and we're really lucky that they're here.
As the season continues, the relationship only gets stronger.
Really good friends, and we keep each other positive.
We kind of knew each other back in England, but now we're here. It feels like we're really good friends, and I think it'll stay like that.
If these 2 freshmen can keep playing like they have so far, I don't see this win streak ending anytime soon. Reporting at Grant Field, this has been Olivia Corbett, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
The field hockey team is hoping to continue their streak this weekend as they take on Penn State this Friday at 3 and Ball State on Sunday at 1 at Grant Field.
It was announced on Monday that senior swimmer Emma Sogstad is a collegeswimming.com preseason All-American in the 100-yard breaststroke.
This is not the only time Sogstad has been recognized. Last season, she received honorable mention All-American honors.
The swimming and diving team starts their season September 29th at a Big Ten Conference duel at Michigan State.
It was also announced Monday that the Iowa cross-country teams entered regional rankings. The women's team is ranked number 12, and the men are 13th.
The next meet for the Hawkeye cross country will be September 24th in Minneapolis for the Roy Gryak Invitational.
That's all we have time for here in the sports studio. Tune in tomorrow again at 8:30.
We'll have football, volleyball, and something a little different. Andrew, back to you.
Certainly great to hear all of the Iowa Hawkeye sports teams are keeping up a great winning tradition. That's all we have for you today on Daily Iowan TV. Be sure to check out our website, dailyiowan.com, for all the latest news. For Daily Iowan TV, I'm Andrew Roberts. Thanks for watching and have a great day.